Have you ever wondered how important it is to understand the recommendations and precautions before engaging in oral sex? As we age, our sexual needs and priorities can shift, but that doesn't mean our desire for intimacy fades. Mature sexuality is rich with wisdom and deeper connection. In this video, we'll explore key aspects that are often overlooked, especially for men over 50, when it comes to performing oral sex on women. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell to avoid missing any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. One of the most crucial, yet often overlooked aspects to consider before engaging in oral sex is hygiene. It may seem like a simple and obvious matter to some, but it is so essential that I feel compelled to emphasize it once more. Throughout my years as a sexologist and doctor, I've encountered countless situations where people, especially men, neglect the importance of their oral hygiene before engaging in intimate acts. This is not just a matter of cleanliness. It's a matter of respect, care, and mutual well-being. Hygiene directly influences the safety and health of both partners, and it profoundly impacts the intimate experience. Improper hygiene can lead to infections, discomfort, and an overall negative experience that could easily be avoided with a little attention and awareness. The transfer of bacteria from the mouth to the genital area is not something to take lightly. The mouth contains a wide range of bacteria, some harmless, but many that can be harmful if transferred to delicate areas like the vagina. This can lead to infections, irritation, or even more serious health complications that could last far longer than the pleasure of the moment. It truly saddens me to see how this critical detail is often neglected. That's why the International Medical Practice for Sexology has made it clear. Those who engage in oral sex must prioritize maintaining good oral hygiene. This is not just about brushing your teeth. It's about ensuring that your mouth is clean, free of bacteria, and ready for the delicate task at hand. Regular brushing, flossing, and the use of mouthwash are simple but effective steps to reduce the bacterial load in your mouth and ensure that you're not inadvertently passing on harmful pathogens to your partner. But even with good oral hygiene, there is another factor to consider: any existing mouth wounds, cuts, or ulcers. I cannot stress this enough. If you have sores or abrasions in your mouth, it is crucial to wait until they heal fully before engaging in oral sex. Even the smallest wound in the mouth can act as a gateway for harmful bacteria and pathogens, which could increase the risk of infection for both partners. These minor cuts and ulcers might seem insignificant, but they can have serious consequences when it comes to intimate health. Please, for the sake of both your well-being and your partners, do not take these risks lightly. I urge you to be patient, to wait for complete healing, and to approach these situations with wisdom and care. A little delay can mean the difference between a safe, healthy experience and one that leads to discomfort or even harm. Beyond personal hygiene, it's equally important to consider the health of your partner's vagina. The vagina is not just a physical space, but an incredibly complex ecosystem, home to a balance of bacteria that works tirelessly to protect the body from infections. This delicate bacterial flora is constantly fluctuating due to various factors, including hormonal changes throughout the menstrual cycle. During different stages of the cycle, the vaginal pH can shift, affecting its natural defenses. This can increase the vagina's susceptibility to irritation or infection, especially if not approached with care. For example, in the days leading up to and following the menstrual period, the pH of the vagina may become more acidic. This change can sometimes cause discomfort or sensitivity, particularly if oral sex is performed without careful consideration. The acidity can make the skin more vulnerable to irritation, which is why it's essential to be extra gentle during these times. A thoughtful and sensitive approach, being mindful of these fluctuations, can show your partner that you truly care about their comfort and health. I cannot stress enough how much of an impact a little extra care can have on the experience for both of you. It's about making sure your partner feels safe, respected, and cherished, which in turn fosters a deeper emotional connection. It is also important to recognize that both partners' overall health plays a significant role in the delicate balance of vaginal health. For example, conditions such as diabetes, frequent urinary tract infections, UTIs, or other health concerns can disrupt the natural balance of the vaginal flora, making it more prone to infections. This is something that many people don't think about, but it is vital to recognize that health issues, even those seemingly unrelated to intimacy, can affect the intimate experience. When one partner is dealing with a medical condition, it's important to take extra precautions and communicate openly about any concerns. This is where true respect comes in, being open, understanding, and willing to work together to ensure that both partners feel comfortable and protected. If either partner is feeling unwell, or if there's a history of infections, it's important to openly discuss this before proceeding. I believe that when partners take the time to talk about their health concerns, no matter how uncomfortable the conversation might feel, it strengthens the bond between them. It shows deep trust and a commitment to each other's well-being. There's a study I recently read in the Medical Journal of E-Sexuality that resonated with me. The study highlights the importance of open, honest communication between partners about discomfort, infections, or any concerns before engaging in oral sex. This is so incredibly important, not just for physical health, but for emotional intimacy as well. Discussing any possible health issues beforehand is a gesture of love, respect, and care. It's a way of saying, I value you so much that I want to make sure we are both safe and comfortable, and that sentiment is invaluable. This level of communication shows a level of maturity and emotional intelligence that deepens the connection and builds trust. It's about more than just physical intimacy. It's about creating a space where both partners feel valued and understood. I truly believe that when we approach intimacy with this level of care and respect, it fosters not just a healthier sexual experience, but a stronger, more intimate relationship. It's not about perfection. It's about mutual respect, care, and open communication. The smallest acts of consideration can have a most profound impact on both emotional and physical well-being. By being mindful of hygiene, health, and open communication, we demonstrate our love and care in the most meaningful way possible. It's about being kind to ourselves, to our partners, and to the precious connection we share with them. Oral sex is not merely about mastering technique. It is an intimate and deeply emotional experience that requires a profound connection between partners. As we grow older, especially when we reach the age of 50 or beyond, our approach to sexuality tends to shift. It becomes less about physical prowess and more about understanding and nurturing the emotional needs of our partner. This deeper connection can truly enrich intimacy in ways that youth and physical vitality simply cannot. A study conducted by the Kinsey Institute sheds light on this, showing that men who engage in oral sex with their partners often exhibit higher levels of both sexual and emotional empathy. This heightened awareness of their partner's needs and desires strengthens the bond between them, contributing to a more satisfying relationship and a greater sense of well-being for both individuals. However, it is essential to acknowledge that not all women feel comfortable with oral sex, and there are many reasons for this. Past traumatic or unpleasant sexual experiences, issues with self-image, or psychological barriers can deeply influence a woman's willingness or comfort with this practice. We must respect those boundaries and understand that each person's comfort level is personal and valid. The key here is open, honest communication, creating a space where both partners can express their feelings, concerns, and desires without fear of judgment or pressure is crucial. The beauty of intimate relationships lies in this mutual respect and the ability to navigate each other's needs with care. Asking questions, listening intently, and respecting your partner's desires can transform the experience into something far more profound and fulfilling. While technique does matter, it is the communication between partners that makes the biggest difference. Every person's body is unique, and what works for one person may not work for another. It's not about following a magic formula or rigid set of instructions. It's about being attuned to your partner's body language, noticing their subtle cues, and adjusting accordingly. The art of oral sex lies not in precision alone, but in the ability to stay present and responsive to your partner's reactions. It's a dance, a rhythm that is created between both partners, where each person feels seen, heard, and valued. As a sexologist, one piece of advice I consistently give to men is to pay close attention to a woman's reactions. Her body can communicate far more than words ever could. It is often said that the clitoris is the epicenter of female pleasure. And while this is true, it's important to understand that it is also incredibly sensitive. What might feel good for a moment can quickly become overwhelming or uncomfortable if not approached with care. I encourage men to vary the intensity, speed, and pressure of their touch. Alternating these factors allows for a balance of pleasure, avoiding overstimulation and maintaining a positive, enjoyable experience. However, perhaps the most crucial thing to remember is to ask. Sadly, many men, especially from older generations, tend to shy away from discussing sexual preferences or desires in the bedroom. This is a significant mistake. The idea that intimacy should be an unspeakable, mysterious domain is outdated and, frankly, damaging. Open and respectful communication is the foundation of any strong relationship, and it should extend to all aspects of intimacy. Asking your partner how she feels, what she likes, or if she needs any adjustments is not only respectful, it also deepens the emotional connection between partners. It demonstrates an understanding that intimacy is not just a physical act. It is a shared experience, a mutual exchange of trust and care. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. In my years of practice, I've seen how couples who engage in open conversations about their sexual lives experience greater satisfaction, stronger bonds, and even improved emotional health. The act of asking, listening, and adapting shows a level of emotional intelligence and empathy that enhances the relationship in ways that go beyond the bedroom. It's about making the experience feel safe, enjoyable, and above all, deeply personal. After all, intimacy is not just about physical pleasure. It's about creating an environment where both people feel seen, respected, and loved, and where both partners have the space to express themselves fully and freely. If you're ever in doubt about whether your partner is enjoying the experience, the best thing you can do is ask. It might feel awkward at first, but trust me, communication is the key to a deeper, more fulfilling connection. Lori B.R., a renowned researcher in the field of female sexuality, highlights a powerful truth in her book. Women who feel comfortable discussing their preferences during intimate moments report significantly higher levels of satisfaction and engagement in their relationships. This is not just about physical pleasure, but emotional intimacy as well. When partners are open about what they like and don't like, it creates a safe space where both can feel heard and respected. A simple conversation can do wonders to enhance the experience, deepen the emotional bond, and make the intimacy more enjoyable for both people. So, never underestimate the power of a conversation. It's a tool that can transform an already intimate experience into one that is truly extraordinary. In addition to emotional connection and mutual respect, There is another important conversation that must take place before engaging in oral sex: the topic of sexually transmitted infections, STIs. While oral sex is generally considered to be a lower risk activity compared to other forms of sexual intercourse, it is by no means free from potential dangers. A variety of STIs can still be transmitted through oral sex, including HPV, human papillomavirus, herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. These infections are often thought of as primarily affecting younger adults, but that's not the case. Although the rates of transmission among older adults may be lower, the risk is still present, and it's important to acknowledge that no one is immune to these infections, regardless of age. If you find yourself in a new relationship, or if you are unsure about your partner's sexual health, it's always a good idea to take precautions. Using protection, such as a latex dental dam or condoms designed specifically for oral sex, can significantly reduce the risk of transmission. These protective measures are simple, effective, and can provide peace of mind, allowing both partners to fully enjoy the experience without worry. It's worth noting that this is not just about protecting yourself. It's about respecting your partner's health and well-being too. By taking the necessary steps to protect both of you, you are demonstrating that you value the intimacy and the trust that exists between you. The American Medical Association has reported a concerning rise in the number of STIs among older adults in recent decades, primarily due to a lack of proper sex education in this demographic. This shows that sexuality doesn't end with youth. It is a lifelong journey. And with that journey comes responsibility. Just because someone is older doesn't mean they are free from the risks associated with sexual activity. Whether you are 20 or 60, it's vital to stay informed about sexual health. Communicate openly with your partner and take the necessary steps to protect yourself and each other. Sexuality is a beautiful and natural part of life, but it is also something that must be approached with care, respect, and responsibility. Ultimately, oral sex and all forms of intimacy is about more than just physical pleasure. It's about connecting with your partner on a deeper level, sharing your desires and needs openly, and making sure that both of you feel safe, respected, and loved. By engaging in thoughtful communication, taking the necessary precautions to protect your health, and being aware of each other's emotional and physical boundaries, you can build a strong, healthy, and fulfilling sexual relationship that lasts well into your later years. Sexuality, in all its forms, is not just about the act itself, but about nurturing a connection that transcends time, age, and circumstance. It's an ongoing conversation, and it's worth having. In summary, engaging in oral sex with your partner can be an incredibly intimate and rewarding act that deepens both your emotional and sexual bond. It's a beautiful way to connect, to share pleasure, and to show affection. However, just like any other form of intimacy, it requires a deep understanding, a sense of responsibility, and, most importantly, open communication. It's essential to prioritize good hygiene, not just for your health, but as a sign of respect for your partner. Being mindful of your partner's physical and emotional health is equally important, as is taking the time to discuss and understand each other's preferences. Open dialogue creates an atmosphere where both of you can feel comfortable and safe to express desires and boundaries, leading to a more fulfilling and consensual experience. Don't shy away from exploring this aspect of your sexual relationship. It can enhance not only physical pleasure, but also emotional closeness. But above all, approach it with respect, care, and the mutual consideration that both of you deserve. It's a shared experience, and that should be reflected in how you both treat each other, both in and outside of the bedroom. Remember, maturity and sexuality are not at odds. They offer a unique opportunity to discover new ways of connecting, to exploring intimacy in deeper and more meaningful ways. As I often remind my patients, While the body may change over time, the desire to love and be loved never fades. Our capacity for connection, tenderness, and shared pleasure remains a fundamental part of who we are, no matter our age. So, embrace this journey of intimacy with an open heart and the wisdom that comes with maturity, and always be kind to yourself and your partner. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has given you valuable insights into how to approach oral sex with care, respect, and understanding. We've discussed everything from hygiene to emotional connection, communication, and the importance of protecting both yourself and your partner. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? What's one thing you will take away from this video and put into practice in your own life? Please leave your thoughts and comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative content like this. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to hearing your feedback.